Welcome. Let's walk through the process of removing a unit from the wall. This is a useful skill to know in case you need to take down a faulty unit or replace it with a new one. It also comes in handy if you need to remove the unit for other maintenance tasks, like painting behind it. Knowing how to safely remove a unit is a good skill to have. Even if you're not replacing the unit, you might need to take it down for other work around the area. To start, we need to turn off the power. This can be done by pressing the power button, which is located at the bottom right-hand side of the unit, or unplugging it from the wall if it's plugged into a power point. Once that's done, we'll move on to unclipping the unit from the brackets. There are two clips at the top of the brackets. Typically, you'll just pull these clips to release the unit from the wall. But in some cases, these clips may be tightened with an Allen key, which can make them harder to remove. If that's the case, simply grab an Allen key and unscrew the clips slightly. Once they're loosened, you'll be able to pull them up and release the unit. Lock the clips in place by pulling them all the way, which can be helpful when you're putting the unit back up later. At this point, you'll want to gently lower the unit away from the wall. Make sure the unit is unplugged from the power point before you proceed. If it's a hardwired unit, you will need to disconnect the cable from the hardwire box. Compress the top and bottom of the plug to release the lock and pull it free. Give it a little wiggle if needed. Once you've got it out, the next step is to unclip the cable from the wall clip. Then you should be able to lift the unit away from the wall. Keep in mind that larger units can weigh up to 40 kilograms, so be prepared for some weight once the unit is free from the wall. It's definitely a good idea to have two people to help with this process. After you've removed the unit from the wall, you can lay it down flat. There's no specific way you need to lay it down, but try to avoid standing it upright to prevent damaging the end grill or controller. Just be gentle with it as you move it. Once the old unit is removed, if you're replacing it with a new one, you can unpack the new unit and start the installation process. It's essentially the reverse of what we just did. Start by positioning the new unit and sitting it in at the bottom first. If the new unit is hardwired, this is the time to make those connections. The plug should only fit one way, so check that it's seated properly and securely. Next, take the excess cable and coil it up on the wall clip. Then, lift the clip and pop it back into place. This is a good opportunity to double-check that the unit is sitting in the right position. You can slide the unit left or right to make sure it looks even and centered on the wall. The brackets don't need to be perfectly aligned to the unit, so feel free to adjust if needed to get the unit looking just right. Once it's in position, you can tighten the clips to make sure they stay in place and aren't easily pulled loose. If your unit is a plug-in model, now's the time to plug it back into the power point. Turn the power back on and press the OK button to check if the unit is working properly. To test the heater, press the OK button again until you see the ambient temperature display. Then, use the plus button to raise the temperature by about 5 degrees above ambient temperature. You should see 3 heating lights appear on the right-hand side of the unit, which indicates that the heater is heating up properly. This is a quick way to make sure everything is working as expected before finishing up. Once you see the heating lights, you'll know that the unit is functioning properly. That's it for the process of removing and replacing the unit. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this helpful.